Welcome back to the channel here. Now, if you're new to the channel, this might not be unusual for you, but for those that aren't new, that are subscribed already, which by the way, you should subscribe to the channel for more content in general. If you're not new, then you might know that this is definitely not of my usual content here. On my TikTok, now my YouTube channel, and my Twitch streams, I'm primarily a gaming content creator, but in my free time sometimes, since my high school days, I've actually been a big fan of Sudoku. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably are wanting to learn Sudoku, so more than likely you know a little bit about it, or you want to know more techniques, of course. But Sudoku is a Japanese number puzzle game where the numbers 1 through 9 are in every row, every column, and also every 3x3 square you see. As you can see, this giant square is comprised of 9 separate 3x3 squares. So in every row here, we're going to have 1 through 9. Here, for instance, every number except 4 to 6 is missing. So we need a 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, and a 9. In this column here, we're missing a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 9 in this one on the far right. And also in this separate 3x3 square, we're missing a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 7. So every row, column, and square has numbers 1 through 9. So there's no guesswork involved. You just do process of elimination to figure out which number goes which, and you can figure the whole puzzle out without doing any kind of guesswork. It's all one answer. You can do it all by just studying where the numbers are to help you figure out other numbers. So thank you very much for being here. I have a TikTok with about 27,000 views that talks about Sudoku, so I decided, well, maybe I should just do a YouTube video for that. So if you're watching this, thank you so much for being here. So let's get into it here. So this is going to help you understand Sudoku a little better and the techniques you need to be able to understand how to solve these puzzles. In the very first square right here, it's again important to reiterate that the numbers are only once in each square, each row, and each column. So in this square here on the very upper left, we have 3 numbers. We have the 4, the 5, and the 8. So we're missing a 1, a 2, a 3, a 6, a 7, and a 9. So if I look at these numbers here, I just had the number here in my mind somewhere here. Give me 1 second. So okay. So once again, knowing the rules of everything, we can see in this row, a 7's right here, meaning that the number 7 won't be in this whole row here. So that means it's not in these 2 squares. So the 7, which we still need in this one 3x3 square, is not going to be in those 2 squares. We can also see here that there's a 7 here in this one as well on this column, which means this square right here up top is also eliminated. So 7 is not here, here, nor is it there. So it has 3 more possibilities for the 7. We have this one on the bottom left, up here, and then this one. However, if we look at the 7 here on this column, it means that the 7 is eliminated from this whole column. So that means the 7 can no longer be here nor there either. So once again, 7 here means not there or here, not here or there, and also not here, which means the 7's only in this square right there. The 7's in the other spots eliminate the process from it being anywhere else. 7 here, gone. 7 here, gone. 7 here, gone. So that means the 7's only here. And we can see that according to the game, I tried to turn it off for whatever reason. I thought I just did it here, but it's telling me that it's right here. Now we know that that's also true because what if we put a 7 right here, right? It's already telling me, hey, there's a 7 right here. No, too bad. So for some reason, I don't know, I'm not sure why, but there's the auto checking for mistakes. I thought it was turned off here, but it's not doing that. But again, it's not letting me know that's wrong, so that's how you can tell. And again, we already know that we're right because the 7s they already placed previously already let us know that. And so that's how you figure out numbers, and you can use that 7 to figure out other 7s. For instance, this 7 eliminates the 7 in this row, which means it's not in those 2 squares. This one that's already there at the start eliminates it from that square, which means the 7 is in this square right here. So as you keep on going further with a certain number, you can also figure out other numbers that are other squares that are missing that number, or you can use them to figure out different numbers that are in that same column, row, or square as well. Let's continue here. So with the 7 being placed in this square here, the 7 here means it's not in these 2. The 7 here means it won't be in any of this whole column, so it's not in this one. So with these 2 eliminated, with these 3 eliminated, that means you only have it to be in one of these 2 squares now, in this 3x3 square. Now, I shouldn't be able to say it now, but I already know that it's here. And now how did I know that? Because out of these 2 possibilities, the 7 being here means that this top square is eliminated from the 7 possibilities. So that means it's only in that one. And you can see there's different difficulties. We chose medium. For some reason, I thought that the easy one would be a little too simple. So I'm kind of starting it off here by having a medium puzzle. Hopefully everybody watching is okay with that. Another technique I like to use here is that if we look in this column here, we have 3 numbers here. You have a 6, an 8, a 7, 4, 5, and 3. We're missing a 1, we're missing a 2, and finally we're missing a 9 from what I see here. So another thing to know, here's another technique that I really like a lot actually, and it's very useful, especially as you go into the upper difficulties, so once you get out of the medium ones. Once again, we're missing a 1, a 2, and a 9. So every column, row, and 3x3 squares contains 1 through 9 separately. Now what I mean by that is that this 1 right here means that it is not in any of these 6 remaining squares. Once again, you have to use the fact that they're in a square to help with the column or the row that it's in as well. So because the 1 is not in these 2 squares, because it takes it out of this whole square, that means the 1 in this column is only going to be here, because there's already 6 numbers of the 9, and with 2 possibilities eliminated for the 1, there's only 1 possible possibility for the 1, so that means it's right there. I love that. I love that technique. It's one of my favorites. And with that also being said here, a 1 in this column and this column eliminates it from these 4, so with these 2 left, the 1 that we found here makes it so that the only possibility is that the 1 is in this square right there. And that's how you do Sudoku. You just keep on doing process of elimination. That's all you gotta do. So another technique also is that using some of the ones we've used already before, especially with the one where you get a square that limits many possibilities at one time. If you look in this row here, we have a 7 and a 4 and a 1. We're missing 6 numbers, as you can see. However, I can already see where the 8 is based on the techniques we've already learned. Having the 8 in this square eliminates it from this whole square, which includes these 2 squares. I'm trying to combine those in one there, as you can see. My bad. So because the 8's not in those 2, the 8 down here in this column eliminates it from this one. So remember, we're focusing on this row right here in the center with the blue in the center across. That's the one we're focusing on right here. So 8's not in these 2. You can't have an 8 here because of this column right here, which means only these 3 from this square could have an 8. However, I see an 8 here, eliminating this one, and the 8 here, eliminating this one, which means the 8 is only going to be in this one right there, and voila. You can also almost go backwards in a sense. Not really backwards, but you can also figure out the numbers and the possibilities from also eliminating the possibilities. So you're only really left with 1. Now, for instance, where we just found this 8, let's look at this column here. We have 6 numbers already. We have a 1, a 6, 7, 8. We have a 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're missing a 2, we're missing a 3, and a 5. If I look in this column here, let's think about a 2, for instance. So this one doesn't have a 2 right there, so it has a 2 here, excuse me, so it's not in that square. It could still be in this one or this one here. So 2 could be in this one here. We're not going to have a 3 here because it's already in this whole square, which means no longer is going to be 3 there. So it could be a 2, no longer 3. We're last missing a 5. A 5 is there because of the same reason, eliminating the 5 from here. So if a 3 and a 5 are not here, that means the only possibility for that square is a 2, because we've already eliminated the other 2 possibilities. Love it. Look in this row here, we have 6 numbers. We have an 8, 5, 1, 4, 7, 2. We're missing a 3, we're missing a 6, and a 9 by the look of it here. If I look over in this square right here, the 9 prevents it from being in this whole column, so 9 is not in this one. We have 2 more possibilities again, a 9 in one of these 2, but I see the 9 here, which means it's not in this column, so the 9 in this row is only going to be there. And then we can continue to use that 9 for other ones here. A 9 in these 2 eliminate these 2 set of rows, because this 3x3 square is missing a 9. As a 4, 7, 8, and a 5, so missing everything else, including a 9. So a 9 will prevent it from being in these 2 rows. So a 9 only being in here, and a 9 in this column means that the 9 is only in this one. So we can use, again, those separate numbers from separate rows and columns to find those same numbers in other rows, columns, or squares. That's the beauty of Sudoku, is that once you get a few numbers in, things really start coming together, as you can see, and it's really great to see it happen at once, personally. I love it. Determine that the 9 in this 3x3 square here. So let's look at the numbers again. A 9 here and a 9 there. By already having it kind of hammered into your head a lot, we know the 9 is not going to be in these columns, which means a 9 is only going to be in these two squares, possibly, in this 3x3 square. 9 being here means it's not going to be in that row there, so the 9 in this 3x3 square is right there. And we're almost done with 9 already, because I can see here in this 3x3 square, we have a 1, 2, 3, we're missing a 4, and a 9. Once again, this 9 here means the 9 is going to be in this square, and there's only one more possibility here, being the 4. So this 3x3 square is done. And let's take a look at this here, and let's try to see if we can clean up any 9s. I'm not sure if 9s are done yet, so let's just go by rows. 9, 9, 9, 9. This doesn't have a 9. This whole row right here does not have a 9. Let's see if I can find one here. So 9 is going to prevent it from these two. This one prevents it there. Prevents it there. So it might be in this one. We're not done with the 9s just yet here, at least. Let's look at this column maybe. So you can really go in any order you want. You don't have to go by rows or columns. You can just figure out anything at any time. So in this column, we're missing a 2. We're missing a 2 and a 6 by the look of it. I don't have enough numbers yet to look at them, at least not right now. Look in this column here. We're missing a 1. Let's try to find the 1 here. So the 1 is in this square, meaning these two are eliminated. I'm trying to find this column right here. But it could be in one of these ones here. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's missing a 6. There's a 6 right here, but it could be one of these ones here. 7, 8, 9. Another thing we can possibly do also, again, don't forget, we can also try to eliminate possibilities to only have 1. So let's try maybe this square, for instance. So actually, let's go with this one. So 1's not going to be there. 2. Could a 3 be there? 3 could be there. 4, 5. So we don't have enough for that one just yet. I see this column right here, excuse me, this row, only has 2 numbers that are possibly still left over. So we need a 3. Let's see if I can find a 3 anywhere. I don't see a 3 just yet. A 4, 5. How about a 6? No 6 yet. So you have to keep on going through every square, column, and row to see what you're missing still. That's kind of the process of eliminating every possibility for answers. The broader picture also helps you find squares. So let's look at this column here with the 7, the 8, 3, 9, and the 5. I'm missing a 4, for instance. A 4 in this square here means that it's not going to be in this one. A 4 in this square here, in this column, means it's not going to be in this whole 3x3 square. So without a 4 here, there, or here, in this column, the 4 is only going to fit here. So we got another 4 out of the way now. So based on that, the 4 eliminates all the possibilities in this row. The 4 possibly eliminates everything in this row. I said that backwards. So that means in this 3x3 square, a 4 can only be, because these two squares on the top and the bottom are gone, a 4 in this square is only going to be here or there. If I see a 4 right here, meaning the 4 is going to be, the 4 being up here, eliminates this possibility. So every possibility is gone except the 4 right there. Let's see how many 4s we've got still left over. Do we have quite, actually, I think we're only missing one. No, we have all the 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So because of the way that this works with all the 3x3 squares, you can only find 9 numbers of that same number. You only find it 9 times. So the 4s are done. We have no more 4s left to find because they've all been found out. They are in every row. If you take a look at this really quickly, every row, every column, and every 3x3 square. So that is it. Excuse me. That is it. 4s are done. Now, let's remember the process of elimination again. Not only works for finding the numbers, but also finding ones that are no longer there to help you find the numbers. Let's look in this square here, for instance, on the very bottom left 3x3 square here. In here, I see that I'm missing 3 numbers. I'm missing the 1, the 2, and a 6, it looks like. Let's see if I can find it for the 1. Oops, 1's right here, so 1's not going to be there. How about a 2? Nope, 2's also here, so that means this row is eliminated for the possibility, including this square, of a 1 and a 2, which means with only 3 possibilities in general, the number here is a 6. There's many different techniques that become way helpful, especially as you go up in the possibilities and the difficulties. These techniques that I'm teaching right now are going to be very integral in finding out different solutions to harder puzzles. A little late at night, so excuse me. That means that the 9 is only going to be in one of these 3 rows in this 3x3 square. This one prevents it there. This one prevents it there, so that means a 9 is only going to be in this one there. And it looks like we're done with 9s now. Another number done. 1, 4, a 9, a 7, and a 2. 8 prevents these two numbers here. The 8 here prevents this one, which means the 8 in this row is going to be right there. And all the 8s are also done now. This column down here, we're still missing this whole section of this row. So we have a 1, 4, 7, 9, 3, and 8 here. This whole middle part's missing. So we're missing a 2, we're missing a 5, and a 6 by the look of it. If I look here, I can see that there is a 2 here, so the 2 is not in this one, could be in these two. We're also missing a 6. However, I see that a 6 there prevents that one, a 6 here prevents this one, so the 6 is only going to be there. And based on what we just found out right now, knowing the 2 is in here now, we know the 2 is here, and then we're still missing a 5 by the look of it. So now the 5 is the last remaining one in that row, and we're done with that row. Which means the square is now going to be missing a number. So 1, 2, the 3 is right there. We're still going on. We're still making very big moves in this puzzle. In this column here, we're only missing one more now. We can see here, just by looking at all the numbers, we're missing a 2 there. So 2 goes here. And now knowing that this 2 is there, we're still missing a 2 in this square here. And again, this new 2 we just found out eliminates the possibility for the 2 in this square. So the 2 goes here, which means we're only missing the 1 here now. And now we're so close to being done with the 1s now. Now we use this one to figure out that the 1 is not in this whole row. So this square is eliminated. In this 3x3 square, only 2 possibilities remain, but the 1 is eliminated in this possibility because of this square. So the 1 is going to be in this one. And now we're done with the 1s. We have only one more 1 left over in this square here, but thanks to the other 1s, we know that the 1 goes here because the other ones are eliminated by these 2, which means there's only one more number here now. It looks to be a 2. And looks like all the 2s are done. We're almost done here. Let's just clean up the rest of this puzzle now. 5s are really tricky in this one. 1, 2, let's try 3. Perfect. Oh yeah, look at this, I can see this here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing a 5 in this column, so 5's right there. We're missing a lot of 5s in this one, but now we know that the 5 is going to be in this square here from that row. The 5 were the ones that we had the least by the look of it here. 1, 2, we're missing the 3 there. Just clean up now. 1, 2, 3 goes right here. In this square here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, not there. 3 not there, it means 3's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, missing the 5, but the 5 here means it limits this possibility, so the 5 is only right there. 5. The last one here in this square is a 6. This 3x3 square is complete now. So now we have the 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing the 5. The 5 eliminates it from this square, so the 5 goes here, and a 6 is there. And we are done. This Sudoku puzzle is complete. So if you want to see some more Sudoku puzzles done in the future, maybe more medium ones, maybe go for a hard one and go through the process, definitely let me know if you like this here by dropping a like, maybe a comment about what was the best technique for you that you thought was going to help you the best, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Now again, I can't stop reiterating the fact that this isn't my normal content, but I love Sudoku and I love helping people with these kind of puzzles. Subscribe to the channel if you want, especially if you're a video gamer too, because again, that's the majority of what I do is video gaming content. So thank you so much for passing by this channel. Have a great day. I will see you in the next video. Take care.